The bold and the beautiful scoop for Thursday, October 23rd, reveals Luna Nozawa will lay it on thick with Will Spencer. Also coming up, Taylor Hayes will tell Deacon Sharp to listen to his heart. Plus, Electra Forrester will realize that Luna will always be a part of Will's life. B&B spoilers tease Deacon will continue his therapy session with Taylor. He's still confused about how to deal with Sheila Carter and her lies. On Wednesday, Sheila begged her husband not to shut her out. "I never should have betrayed your trust," she said. "The lying and scheming stopped the day I fell in love with you, and you're the one that made that happen." However, even though Deacon still loves Sheila, he's skeptical about whether he can believe anything she says, which he'll tell Taylor. She'll remind him his heart hasn't failed him yet. "I honestly don't know what I'd do without you," he'll reply. Meanwhile, Electra has tried to be as supportive of her boyfriend as best she can, considering the circumstances. But she also knows he'll be tied to Luna his whole life, since the villain is carrying Will's child. So, can Electra live with that? Finally, Luna has been the most popular prisoner at the LA County Jail this week. First, she was visited by Poppy Nozawa, then Steffi Forrester, and closely followed by Bill Spencer. However, every time one of them showed up, Luna would be disappointed it wasn't Will. Of course, Luna finally got her wish, when the prison doctor called Will and asked him to check on her. And what perfect timing, too, as Luna was sporting a fresh black eye that she arranged for with her cellmate. So, she'll beg him to help her get released. Although Will was shocked when he saw her, he'll say he knows what she's trying to do. "Every day I'm in here, our child is in danger," Luna will reply. But is Will going to fall for her woe is me act? Hey B&B fans! Are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. As the episode began, Will and Electra were at Forrester recapping Bill's visit to Luna. Needlessly, since Soaps.com recapped it yesterday. But even Will was tired of talking about Luna. Is there no weather for these kids to discuss? See any good movies lately? At Deke and Remy's bleak apartment, Forrester's new designer modeled some old man chic that he planned to wear on his first day of work. "Oh, BTW, it's better if you don't mention me," at the office, Remy reminded his beau. "Sue's much?" Remy admitted that something had happened in the past, but wouldn't come out and say, "Well, if you must know, I created fake nudes of Electra Forrester." Deke sweetly assured his honey, "You can tell me anything." But could Remy? Could he really? Apparently, Deke forgot how freaked he was to think Remy and Luna were friends. Imagine how he'd react to learning that his partner had terrorized his new work bestie. Anyway, rather than discuss the matter, Remy shooed Deke out the door, as if Hope's brother would be in trouble if he was late punching in. In prison, Luna delighted in how beat up she looked and promised her cellmate she wouldn't rat her out. She didn't either. When the prison doc showed up, Luna just cried that the women on the cell block hated her and she needed to be freed for the sake of her pregnancy. Off Luna's checkup, the doctor phoned Will and suggested that he come speak with the mother-to-be in person. To ascertain what exactly? Needless to say, Will too did not tell the doc, "Look, no way am I baking a file in a cake for the psycho who raped me." At Il Giardino, Sheila bugged Deacon to try and get through this together and come home. "I really miss you, Daddy," she said. And does that ever fail to creep us all out? Deacon turned his wife down flat, but still let her BS that the lying and the scheming stopped the day I got married to you. Except for all the lying and scheming that she's done since. Sheila insisted that she didn't mind Deacon seeing Taylor. She figured that it was a step toward bringing him home, despite the fact that she'd once killed the shrink and had shot most of her relatives. If only LA weren't such a small town. At Taylor's office, she and Steffi rehashed the shrink's determination to move on from human Waffle Ridge. "Is there another man in your life?" Steffi asked, when Mom said she intended to make the most of her life. As if that was the only way that Taylor could move on. Though the shrink told her daughter that she wasn't dating anyone, we all knew that she was getting closer to Deacon than seemed therapeutic. Sheila guessed as much, too. She'd visited Taylor after her husband's last session, the doc revealed to him. As the episode neared its conclusion, Deacon expressed his surprise that Sheila had dropped in on Taylor. In turn, Taylor asked whether he thought he and his wife still had a future together. At Forrester Creations, Elektra encouraged Deke not to be nervous and was nice enough not to clock the sweater that he must have borrowed from somebody's grandpa. In no time, talk turned, as it inevitably does, to Luna. Finally, Will showed up to visit Luna, who described prison as awful, as if anyone would expect it to be posh or pleasant. "I'm under so much stress," she cried, "and this can't be safe for our child." Will seemed either to be buying her nonsense or nauseous. It was hard to tell for sure which. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers for the week of October 27-31. Hint that Steffi Forrester Finnegan may have an angry warning for Bill Spencer. Liam Spencer and Hope Logan will also have a surprise for Beth Spencer soon, so here's what B&B fans can expect. For starters, Steffi may want to corner Bill and get a few things straight with him. It's Bill's fault that Luna Nozawa got out of prison to begin with, so Steffi may blast him over that and show some sympathy for targeted Will Spencer. Despite the attack Luna arranged behind bars, Steffi won't fall for her stunt and may warn Bill that he can't let it sway him. Bill may assure Steffi that he's not falling for Luna's tricks this time around and has no intention of pulling strings for her release. As for Deacon Sharp, he may be tempted to give Sheila Sharp another chance. Deacon is struggling to figure out how he can trust Sheila again, but part of him obviously still loves her. We know Sheila and Deacon will celebrate Thanksgiving together down the road, so maybe Taylor Hayes' advice to follow his heart could lead him back to his wife, at least for a while. In the meantime, Deke Sharp and Elektra Forrester's friendship will flourish. Elektra may praise Deke's designs as he helps Hope for the future prepare for a fashion show, and in return, Deke may lend an ear when it comes to her problems with Will. Of course, that could also lead to Elektra discussing the deepfake fiasco and how a former pal betrayed her. Elektra may not refer to Remy Price by name, but she could at least share her painful story and get Deke all riled up about the person who hurt her. Remy may eventually find himself in panic mode, especially if Deke offers updates on his growing bond with Elektra and complains about everything she's been through. As for Hope, she'll be excited about all the fashion show prep, but she'll make time for her personal life as well. Hope and Liam are on the verge of surrendering to their reunion, which could lead to some erupting passion and a celebration. Beth is sure to get a pleasant surprise once Liam and Hope admit they're back together. It probably won't be long until Beth's planning her parents' next wedding, so Hope and Liam may admit they're on board with the idea. Carter Walton will have to find a way forward without Hope, so Daphne Rose will do her part to help him. Daphne and Carter have a romance of their own coming up, but a face from her past could lead to some dramatic news somewhere down the line. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some romantic shockers and big secrets will spell trouble during the week of October 27-34, so stay tuned. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Forrester Creations' very own Ridge Forrester is going to be getting on a plane and heading to Fairmont Crest and CBS's second crossover event for Beyond the Gates. It started with an idea by Danny Dupree's best friend, Pamela, to increase Danny's exposure and promote their new brand. Now Ridge Forrester, whose company previously didn't want to use Danny in their campaigns because of what they perceived as overexposure, Ridge believes the perfect campaign for Forrester Creations' perfume line would feature Danny and her husband, Andre. Although Andre is yet to be convinced of being a model for this, Danny is very excited to be considered by Forrester. It's a dream come true. Now she just has to sell the idea to Andre. This will mark the second time in Beyond the Gates' short tenure that another CBS show has one of its actors travel to the DMV and liaise or collaborate with the Dupree family. On August 11, 2025, the young and the restless Brighton James took his character to Atlanta, where Devin Winters, the music producer, met with the two elders of the Dupree family, Anita and Vernon. Ridge, as a fashion designer and head of Forrester Creations, is ideally placed to facilitate the crossover. He embodies the decision-making capability of Forrester and understands what defines high fashion, something Danny, as a model, has mastered for many years. This looks like yet another fantastic collaboration for both fans of BTG and B&B. We saw Ridge make a call with Pamela Curtis today to set up the events that happen in this Friday's episode. Spoilers reveal that in Friday's episode, Danny has an update for Ridge Forrester. Will she accept the offer to make the campaign with them? Can she get Andre to be a model, just this once, to make her dreams come true? Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful can watch full episodes of Beyond the Gates weekdays on CBS or stream on Paramount+. See what all the hype is about. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, October 22nd, reveal that Deacon Sharp's choice will enrage Sheila Sharp, while Deke Sharp has a question for Remy Price. Now that Deke has been hired for Hope Logan's line at Forrester Creations, Remy will be thrilled for him. This is Deke's dream, so Remy will want to be supportive and give his boyfriend plenty of praise. At the same time, Remy will fret over the secret he's keeping and how that could affect his relationship. Since Remy is adamant that Deke shouldn't mention his name around the office, Deke is curious about why. Remy will stand his ground on Deke, leaving his name out of things, so Deke will ask why. We'll see Deke put Remy through a grilling session and insisted if there's some connection he's missing, then he needs to know what it is. Deke will want the truth if there's something he needs to know about Remy and Forrester, but Remy will argue that Deke shouldn't worry about him. Remy will insist today is about Deke and his future instead. So he'll give him a kiss and apparently send Deke off for his first official day on the job. Next on Tuesday's B&B episode, Sheila will ambush Deacon at Il Giardino and beg him not to push her away. Although Sheila will want a chance to fix their marriage, Deacon still won't be sure that's possible. Instead of sticking around and focusing on repairing the damage, Deacon will run off to Taylor Hayes for another therapy session. That decision won't go over well with Sheila now that she views Taylor as a threat to their relationship. It sounds like Sheila will end up furious while Deacon heads back to Taylor's office, where she'll give him some good advice in the coming episodes. In the meantime, fans will be eager to see what's ahead in Luna Nozawa's storyline, but they may have to wait a bit longer. Luna just arranged her own attack behind bars, but her victim act in the aftermath may not play out until later this week. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna will keep trying to manipulate the situation and worm her way out of prison, so stay tuned for updates on her big news and the next round of drama. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Tuesday, October 21st, reveals that Luna Nozawa's cellmate granted her beating request after Bill Spencer denied Luna's freedom. As Steffi Forrester's prison visit continued, Luna suggested she'd be focused on Will Spencer and her baby when she got out, not Steffi. Of course, Steffi was adamant that Luna was going to remain behind bars forever, but Luna didn't believe Bill Spencer would let his grandchild be born there. Steffi didn't think Luna really knew Bill and was convinced Luna would stay locked up. At the Spencer mansion, Bill assured Will and Katie Logan that he'd been working with a lawyer on the custody case, which wouldn't be an easy win. Bill insisted that once the baby was born, Luna would no longer have any contact. Afterward, on Tuesday's B&B episode, Luna was once again disappointed to learn her next visitor wasn't Will. It was Bill instead, since he wanted to let Luna know her baby would be taken from her while she was left there to rot. Leaving Luna in prison was what Bill should have done in the first place, so he reflected on what a mistake he made when he tried to see redemption in her. Bill reminded Luna of all the power and connections he used to get her out of the slammer before. Now Bill planned to use that same influence to make sure Luna stayed a prisoner. Luna was in tears and called out to Bill as he left, but he refused to offer any help. That's why Luna had to resort to a familiar strategy once she was taken back to her cell. Luna told her cellmate that she needed her to do it again, though she didn't want to be hit in the stomach. It was clear that Luna set up the previous attack behind bars and was now getting her cellmate to do her another favor. The cellmate seemed quite pleased over the request as she ultimately decked Luna. At the Cliff House, John Finn Finnegan gave Taylor Hayes and Ridge Forrester updates on Steffi running straight to confront Luna after she heard the latest news. Steffi eventually came home for a reunion with Ridge and Taylor, so she talked about her Luna confrontation and voiced her displeasure over Ridge's decision to marry Brooke Logan Forrester. Finn later enjoyed some alone time with Steffi, which brought plenty of Luna reassurance, a conversation about how much they missed each other, and a makeout session. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna will continue to pull some shady stunts, so don't miss what's in store. On the Tuesday, October 21st episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi declares war on Luna. Bill vows to take custody, and Luna fakes a prison attack to get out of jail. Steffi reminded Luna that her baby wasn't a ticket to freedom. She knew that the Spencers would come for the child the moment it was born. Steffi wasn't going to look over her shoulder and wait for Luna to strike again. However, Luna felt like Steffi was being self-centered and asserted that she wasn't even on her radar. Luna remained adamant that Bill and Katie wouldn't let their grandchild be born inside a prison cell. Luna said she was Bill's family, so she was confident he'd come through. Steffi expressed pity for the baby inside of her since it had her as its mother. Luna vowed that Will would come around and have a family with her. Steffi told her to stop with the delusions because the pregnancy was not a magical get-out-of-jail-free card. Luna had another visitor, whom she first believed to be Will, but to her great disappointment, it was Bill. She tried to exchange pleasantries, but Bill told her to shut up. He hoped anything he said would permeate, but he wasn't certain. Bill confirmed that he and Katie would seek custody of her baby for taking advantage of Will and getting herself pregnant. He called her a psycho and attested that she needed to stay locked away. She tried playing the grandfather card on Bill, but he used it to his advantage. He said, "It will be taken from you the moment that it's born. You will not have any influence. You will not have any ability to corrupt it. You will not have custody. You will never see him or her ever again." She didn't believe him, but he didn't think he should have ever gotten her out of prison the first time. Bill promised he'd use the same strings to keep her inside jail that he used to get her released the first time. After Luna returned to her cell, she told the prison guard that she expected a visit from Will at some point. A fellow inmate spoke to Luna, which sparked an idea. Luna asked her to get violently assaulted again, because that's what prompted Bill to take action last time. She hoped that this time, Bill could be swayed to save her if the mother of his future grandchild faced imminent danger in prison. All of Luna's attempts at garnering sympathy were refused to this point, so she was left with no other option than to return to her bag of tricks. If successful, she had the next 9 months to formulate a new plan of attack while living in luxury at the Spencer estate. With Will and Electra's relationship on the fence, she had time to sway her baby's father. Taylor and Ridge arrived at Finn and Steffi's to see Steffi. He told them to guess where Steffi was, and Ridge wondered if she went straight to prison. Ridge wasn't surprised that Steffi was shocked to hear Luna was alive, and Taylor asked if Steffi resented them not telling he right away. He assured them that all Steffi cared about was ensuring she never escaped the walls of the prison again. Ridge said that although Luna's resurrection was concerning, she was safely tucked behind bars. Steffi returned home, elated to be reunited with her parents. Taylor hoped that Steffi's time away wasn't for nothing since Luna was still alive. She asked how long everyone had known about Luna, but Ridge said they waited until she was back in prison. Steffi explained that she had to confront Luna for the atrocities committed against her and her family. Although she felt a sense of closure, she didn't want to dwell on the subject. She turned her attention to Ridge and expressed disappointment in him, dismissing Taylor in favor of Brooke. She told her father, "It sucks." After Ridge and Taylor departed, Steffi and Finn took time to reconnect further. She admitted that she missed him, and he was thrilled to have her home. He stated, "As hard as it was with you being away from me, it doesn't matter. All that matters is having you back, you and the kids. I know how shocking it was to learn about Luna, but she's in prison, okay? And she'll never harm you again." Will expressed that Luna's actions and pregnancy left him overwhelmed. He still droned on about feeling sorry for Electra, having to suffer through it. Bill promised Will and Katie that he would ensure Luna had no contact with her baby once she gave birth. Katie felt like Luna would be imprisoned for the baby's entire childhood, while Bill revealed he'd been in touch with a custody attorney. He knew he was responsible for this, so he was determined to undo the mess he had caused, even if they weren't holding him accountable. Katie asked how Electra was handling everything, and Will professed she was doing the best she could. She was struggling, even if she remained at Will's side. He didn't want Luna to come between them, and he knew they'd only get through the ordeal together. She expressed how Bill also had massive guilt about how his pardon led to Will being targeted. She said Bill felt like it was the worst mistake he ever made, and continued to make a slew of excuses for him. Will said Bill's fragile ego was hurt the most by this. Knowing Luna, a young girl who conned him, is what led the charge to right his wrongs. Bill returned home and told Will and Katie that there would be no saving grace for Luna. Katie figured Luna tried to use her pregnancy as a bargaining chip, but the plan remained in place. They were going to take the baby from her right away. Electra's about to come to a realization about the Bold and the Beautiful's Will and Luna, according to spoilers for Thursday's episode, and we have a feeling we know what that is. No matter what happens going forward, those two will always be joined together by the baby. It's a soap tale as old as time. No matter how much bad blood is between two people, no matter how far apart they may drift, if they share a child together, they will always be in each other's lives. And that has got to panic Electra. After all, Luna has gleefully hammered home how she is carrying Will's baby, and Electra's not. And that will always provide Luna with an opening to worm her way back into Will's life, and maybe even win him over. Think it's crazy? Well, we thought Sheila was crazy, but somehow she managed to turn over a new leaf and marry Deacon. Granted, she might be about to turn back to her dark ways, but the point is, if she could do it, someday Luna may be able to as well. And if that happens, Electra may not stand a chance against the reformed mother of Will's child. Unless she got pregnant with Will's kid as well. She wouldn't, of course, assault him like Luna did, but she could still forget her birth control or something innocuous. And then, surprise! She's carrying Will's baby too! Then, no matter what happens, if Luna reforms or doesn't, Electra will have just as much of a tie to Will. And she wouldn't have a history of psychosis and assault to give him pause. We're not saying Electra should go this route, but we're afraid she may. The problem is, if she does it intentionally, it's not just manipulative, it's dangerous. The Bold and the Beautiful star. Scott Clifton revealed on the Daytime Emmys red carpet that Liam Spencer was meant to get killed off. Liam Spencer suffered a health setback on The Bold and the Beautiful. His collapse led him to wonder whether he was dying. Actor Scott Clifton assumed that he was on his way out of the soap. He spilled the details of the original plot at the Daytime Emmys. Many B&B characters have died and come back from the dead. Luna was brought back to life thanks to her Aunt Lee. Scott Clifton admitted that Liam had cheated death as well. He thought his character was supposed to be killed off. Clifton spoke to Daytime Confidential on the red carpet at the 2025 Daytime Emmys. Clifton explained that executive producer and head writer Brad Bell had intended for Liam to die. "I was supposed to be on my way out. That was the plan," Clifton said. He admitted that it wasn't a plot twist that would trick the audience, even though it felt like it. Viewers were shocked that Liam cheated death. In Clifton's mind, he was preparing his swan song and saying his goodbyes. Regardless, he was honored to tackle this difficult storyline. Liam's love life is far from perfect. He waffled between Steffi and Hope for decades. When he had a near-death experience, he realized that he wanted to get back with Hope for the sake of their daughter. Hope and Liam seemingly got back together. She ended her engagement with Carter, who promptly removed the ring from her finger. He knew that she had lingering feelings for Liam. Surprisingly, their split was mature and amicable. Clifton also shared his thoughts on the Lope reunion. "I would love to believe that this journey that Liam and Hope have gone through hasn't been for nothing," he said. He believes that it will stick this time, at least for now. Deacon seeks clarity from Taylor about his marriage to Sheila, just as Electra faces an eye-opening moment about Will and Luna. Both women's insights could change the course of everything on The Bold and the Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Thursday, October 23rd, include Taylor giving Deacon counseling on his marriage to Sheila. Meanwhile, Electra realizes something about Will and Luna. Sheila uncovered the devastating truth that Lee secretly kept Luna alive, even as the rest of Los Angeles believed she hadn't survived surgery. Lee knew that Sheila had figured it out, and Luna knew that Sheila knew. creating a tangled web of silence and deceit. The only person who didn't know that Sheila knew was her husband, Deacon. Despite her history, Deacon chose to marry Sheila because he believed she had finally changed. But when he learned that she'd been sneaking around and hiding something this monumental, his faith in their relationship began to crumble. Desperate for guidance, Deacon turned to Taylor for professional help. At first, she advised him to seek another therapist, but ultimately, her compassion won out. She agreed to counsel him, and Deacon has since poured his heart out to her about Sheila's betrayal and the future of their marriage. Meanwhile, Electra has spiraled since she learned what happened with Luna and Will. She couldn't believe it when the paternity test showed Will as the baby's father. Electra even called the police, which led to Luna's rearrest. Luna will need protection now that she's back in prison. Luna is back in prison on The Bold and the Beautiful. The young villainess thought pregnancy was her get-out-of-jail card, but unfortunately, the plan didn't work. After getting beaten up by fellow inmates during her first sentence, Luna is worried about herself and her baby. However, one person could end up being her protector. Electra pulled a fast one on Luna by calling the cops on her. Although Luna used her pregnancy as an excuse to stay out of prison, the Spencers and Lieutenant Baker didn't care. Now Luna is sitting in a prison cell, worried about her and her baby's well-being. During Luna's first prison sentence, she was constantly harassed by fellow inmates. Things got so bad that they beat up Luna, leaving her with a black eye and a busted lip. Luna used her injuries to gain Bill's sympathy and secure her release from jail. However, she won't have Bill's help this time around. After the pain she caused his family, the Spencer patriarch is done with her manipulations. So, it appears Luna is on her own when it comes to surviving in prison. But she might receive some assistance from another B&B character and recent inmate, Dr. Grace Buckingham. As fans remember, Grace turned herself in after confessing to scamming Liam about his brain tumor. It's been 2 months since Grace left, and she could make an appearance by crossing paths with Luna in prison. Grace will become a great ally to Luna by protecting her from the other inmates and assisting with her pregnancy care. The two will bond over being in prison, motherhood, and their schemes against the Spencers. Although Grace showed remorse for her actions, she might harbor resentment towards the Spencer family. Grace could use Luna's situation to her advantage by blackmailing Bill and Will. She could agree to keep Luna and her baby safe in exchange for something from the Spencers. Perhaps Grace will ask for money, protection for her own daughters, or an early release. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers say that if there's one person who can save hope for the future, it's Deke Sharp. That's because a lot of fans of the show have already noticed just how Deke's designed have already managed to elevate the line and bring it to a place that no one has taken it before him, and that even includes fashion designer Thomas Forrester. Who would have thought that it would have been Deke to help bring this line back to life, and of course help his sister Hope Logan bring her failing fashion line back to life, right? But whether or not Deke is going to be able to make a miracle happen remains to be seen. That's what everyone, and especially Hope, wants to see. This might be her last chance to probe to anyone that she's got a line worth even looking at. Of course, B&B fans certainly did have a lot to say about the matter on social media. Some critics even commented with, "I'm pretty sure that was the entire point of bringing Deke in to begin with. I just wish Deke was more interesting than he is." Currently, he's about a half a step up from Zendi, but that's not saying much. Let's hope he improves. Another fan of the show wrote, "Deke's designs looked far better than what Hope displayed on the runway. Cannot wait to see his designs hit the runway for HFTF." And then there was this comment as well. "Who needs Thomas when you have Deke as a designer for HFTF? Show off, Deke." It goes without saying that fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next on B&B. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. For now, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, reveals Sheila making an emotional plea to her husband. After seeing Deacon Sharp embracing Taylor Hayes, Sheila Carter did everything she could to contain her jealousy. She knew Deacon was seeing Taylor on a professional level, but did not expect to see them growing so close. Sheila knows she has to do something fast, or she could lose Deacon. On Wednesday, Sheila does her best to reach Deacon and explain why she did what she did. She really believed that Luna Nozawa could change, and saw a lot of herself in her granddaughter. She knows it was wrong to keep things from Deacon, but she also knew how he would react. Sheila begs Deacon to come home and tells him that he means more to her than anything in the world. She is determined to focus on their relationship now that Luna is back behind bars. Can Deacon trust Sheila again? That is something he has to decide. This isn't the first time that Sheila has lied to him when it comes to Luna, and Deacon is afraid it won't be the last. Remy Price has been trying to turn his life around, which means he'd like to forget all about that time he stalked Electra Forrester and scared the life out of her. That means he would prefer that his name never be mentioned at Forrester Creations. Too bad his new boyfriend now works for Forrester Creations as Hope for the Future's new designer. Hope Logan even wants to meet her brother's boyfriend, so Deke Sharp suggests they do just that. When Remy seems nervous and balks at the idea, Remy fears that if he meets Deke's family, it can ruin Deke's burgeoning career as a fashion designer. It can also put him in close proximity with Electra, and he risks losing Deke forever. Deke can never find out about his past. Dr. John Finnegan has made it very clear on The Bold and the Beautiful that he wants nothing to do with his bio daughter, Luna Nozawa. Finn's wife, Steffi Forrester, gave him an ultimatum: his family or Luna. Finn turned his back on his daughter for his wife. No questions asked. Will Dr. Finn have a change of heart, though? It was easy to turn his back on a cold-blooded killer, but what about a pregnant and vulnerable prisoner? Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. Keep reading for all new B&B spoilers. Steffi Forrester is back, and she means business. As soon as she learned Luna was alive and in prison, she paid her a visit. Queen Steffi gloated that the killer was behind bars and vowed to make sure Luna never saw the light of day again. Steffi could care less if the Il Giardino killer is pregnant. Right now, everyone is on Team Steffi. But will the popular vote start to swing if something happens to Luna in prison? Luna's father is a doctor. He understands the health risks of receiving prenatal care behind bars. Not only could Luna and her baby have complications while they are behind bars, she could also get attacked by other inmates. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say it won't be long before things start to go south in jail for Luna Nozawa. Will her predicament tug at her birth father's heartstrings? Steffi and Finn's reunion could be short-lived if she thinks that he is falling for Luna's shenanigans and starting to feel bad for her and his unborn grandchild. How will Steffi Forrester react if her hubby Finn starts to take an interest in his grandchild? Will that be the straw that breaks the camel's back in their marriage? Halloween is right around the corner on The Bold and the Beautiful. The CBS soap always ties the fun holiday into episodes. 9 times out of 10, there's even a Halloween party, which would set the stage for pregnant Luna Nozawa to make another masked return. Will Halloween turn into a bloodbath this year on the CBS soap? Here's what's coming up later this month on The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers down below. Right now, Luna Nozawa is pregnant in prison, but she's holding out hope that her baby daddy Will Spencer Jr. and his family will spring her before she has to give birth. Dollar Bill Spencer got Luna pardoned before, and the charges were far worse, and she wasn't pregnant. If and when Bill Spencer decides to go get pregnant Luna out from behind bars, he shouldn't have a hard time doing it. In fact, the Il Giardino killer hasn't even seen a judge yet. She could get bail. This time around, Luna didn't actually kill anyone, so her sentencing could be far more lenient. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say TPTB have some exciting tricks and treats lined up for the week of October 31st. The fact that Luna used a costume party to get pregnant by Will Spencer is ironic. If the pregnant killer gets out of jail before Halloween, she will be able to disguise her appearance with costumes and masks. Luna Nozawa is diabolical. The odds of staying behind bars are slim. Plus, she gets a free baby bump pass this time around. B&B spoilers say fans won't want to miss a moment of the Halloween excitement on the CBS soap. Is that because Luna will be back on the streets? What kind of damage will she do at the next costume party? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below, and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for new, bold and beautiful spoilers and updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Scott Clifton, who plays Liam Spencer, has finally spoken out about what fans believed was Liam's imminent death. What exactly went on with this storyline, and was Liam ever really supposed to die? The bold and the beautiful has never been shy about killing off major characters. Of course, that doesn't mean that said character stayed dead either. Just look at Sheila Sharp and Taylor Hayes, and now even Luna Nozawa have all died at least once and returned. Some characters have actually remained dead after their crossing over exit from that soap. Some of these included Caroline Spencer Forrester, Storm Logan, and the Stephanie Forrester, who have remained gone from the show, and Liam almost joined them just a little while ago. Daytime Confidential caught up with Scott at the 52 Emmy Awards on the red carpet last week. Clifton, a 3-time Emmy Award winner, reveals that Bold's executive producer and head writer, Brad Bell, initially planned to kill Liam off. Clifton revealed, "I was supposed to be on my way out. That was the plan. No, it wasn't like this master plan, tricking the audience thing. I mean, Mr. Bell called me up to his office about probably a year ago now and said, 'Listen, I really love this character, but I think this killing Liam is what I want to do.' Honestly, there is only one person that waffles more between women on B&B than Liam. It would be strange not to have him waffling back and forth between Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan, who he encouraged to marry another man." Scott admits, though, that from the show's standpoint, all roads lead to Hope. Of course, fans will remember that Liam broke up with Hope and demanded a divorce. However, Liam had been sneaking around kissing Steffi and declaring his undying love for her before running back to Hope and trying to win her back again. Now that Liam has gotten past his doctor-induced health crisis, Liam and Hope are back together. Carter Walton broke up with her and sent her home to Liam, where he knew she wanted to be. Now Hope and Liam are putting their family back together. Can fans look forward to a new baby for these two in the future? Keep watching to see where Hope and Liam go from here. The bold and the beautiful, spoilers and updates indicate that we have a preview for the November sweeps to share. So, let's discuss the cleansing of toxic energy, changes in love lives, and lingering past issues and relationship turmoil. To start off, it appears that Bill Spencer will need help clearing his mansion of the toxic energy left behind by Luna Nozawa. Former Big Brother champion Rachel Riley is set to return as her well-known character, also named Rachel, who was last seen in 2014. Rachel continues to work as a bikini bar server, but she also has a side gig where she cleanses homes of bad vibes and evil spirits. Bill, along with Katie Logan and Liam Spencer, will share scenes with Rachel, adding to the excitement this November. Naturally, November sweeps could also be the perfect opportunity for Luna to devise a prison break or exploit a legal loophole to gain her freedom, so that's definitely something to watch out for. That being said, all indications suggest that Steffi Forrester Finnegan, John Finn Finnegan, Taylor Hayes, and the children are set to enjoy a delightful Thanksgiving. There's a chance that a surprise guest from B&B might stir things up. Thanksgiving will also mark a celebration for Sheila Sharp and Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino. Does this imply that Sheila will persuade Deacon to remain committed to their marriage? Or could this be the calm before an even greater upheaval? In any case, Taylor and Deacon certainly seem to share a spark, which could lead to complications now that Sheila is feeling uneasy about their bond. Even if Deacon decides to work on his relationship with Sheila, Taylor might pose a challenge as they move forward. Nonetheless, another Turkey Day party takes place as Deacon extends an invitation to Daphne Rose and Carter Walton to join him and Sheila for a meal at the restaurant. Carter might still be feeling a bit low after losing Hope Logan, but he will value Deacon's invitation and the support he's receiving from Daphne. While it appears that Daphne and Carter are on the brink of starting a new romantic chapter, someone from her past is about to make an appearance and could complicate things. But that's not the only thing that will cause drama among Deacon's family, as his son will uncover his boyfriend's past, and that's not something that will have an easy fix. Remy Price's history will stir up some drama as Deke Sharp uncovers what his boyfriend did to Electra Forrester. Deke is going to lose it when he finds out Remy stalked Electra, making nude deepfake content, and pursued her relentlessly before eventually getting arrested. The friendship between Elektra and Deke is sure to stir things up for his love life, which might leave Remy feeling heartbroken, at least temporarily. Meanwhile, Liam Spencer and Hope will keep moving towards their romantic reunion. Wedding plans are on the horizon, along with more preparations for Hope's fashion show, giving her plenty to anticipate. The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally in for Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. In today's episode, Bill Spencer faces off with Luna Nozawa in prison. Later, Luna has her prison cellmate beat her up with instructions to avoid the stomach this time. At the mansion, Will Spencer freaks out about Elektra Forrester. The young man just can't lose her. Bill insists that Luna won't have any contact with the child once it's born. Will can't imagine co-parenting with that murderer. The young man just can't lose Elektra over this situation. Katie Logan assures her son, but he's not so sure. Will and Katie blame Lee Finnegan. The mother admits that Bill freeing Luna was the most awful thing he's ever done. Katie doesn't think Luna will be able to trick Bill again. At the prison, Steffi Forrester Finnegan slams Luna. That baby isn't going to get her out of prison. Luna calls her names. Luna thinks it's funny that Steffi claims Beatty will let their precious grandchild rot in prison. Steffi starts freaking out and messes angrily with her hair. Luna claims she and the baby are going to have an amazing life with Will. Steffi calls her a predator. After Steffi leaves, Luna has a third visitor. This one is a man, and Luna wants to check her face. It's just Bill. Luna wonders if he came to check on her and Willie Jr. Bill insists that the baby will be taken from her the minute it's born. Bill wishes he left her in prison to rot the first time. He's going to use all his money and power to keep her locked up forever. When he leaves, Luna cries. Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes stop by to see John Finn Finnegan. Steffi's biggest concern is making sure Luna doesn't get out of prison again. Steffi enters and says she just had to confront Luna. She thinks there is closure now. Then, Steffi says she is disappointed in her parents. It sucks that Ridge married Brooke Logan Forrester. Tridge leave, so Sin makes out. Over with Bill, he walks into the mansion. The man tells Will and Katie that Luna will never have the life she thinks and will never have contact with the baby. Back at the prison, Luna tells her cellmate to beat her up. This time, don't touch my stomach, Luna instructs. Ridge won't be happy with Deacon hanging out with his ex-wife. Taylor and Deacon are heading towards romance on The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans know the new couple won't make many people happy, including Taylor's ex-husband, Ridge. According to Sean Kanan, when Ridge finds out, things could get heated between him and Deacon. After being dumped by Ridge again, Taylor is moving on. The world-renowned psychiatrist is focusing on work, which has brought her a new love interest. Deacon started therapy with Taylor to deal with his marital issues with Sheila. Taylor's been a big help to Deacon, and the two have become great friends. However, their friendship will eventually turn romantic as their sessions continue. While fans are worried about Sheila's reaction to the couple, others are more curious about Ridge. The fashion designer broke Taylor's heart by choosing to reunite with Brooke. Although Ridge is happy with Brooke, he's worried about Taylor and wants her to find happiness. Unfortunately, it'll be with one of his rivals. Fans are already speculating that Ridge is going to blow a gasket over Taylor and Deacon, and Kanan agrees with them. On X, the actor hinted that a showdown between the men is coming. After one fan expressed their anticipation over Deacon giving jealous Ridge a whipping, Kanan replied, "It ain't gonna be boring." Deacon and Ridge have gotten into many brawls in the past, mostly because of Brooke, but with Taylor in the middle this time, things will get heated. Ridge prides himself as a hero, always coming to the rescue of his lady loves. With Taylor becoming involved with Deacon, Ridge will feel it's his duty to protect Taylor. He knows Deacon is no good and can't be trusted, which is why he'll try to break up his ex-wife's new romance. Aside from Deacon, Ridge is also worried about Sheila. She won't be happy with losing Deacon to Taylor and will be out for revenge. However, Ridge's desire to protect Taylor will infuriate Brooke. She won't be happy with Ridge butting into Taylor's life and worrying that her marriage is in trouble. Could Taylor and Deacon put an end to Bridge's honeymoon? Luna asked an inmate to beat her up, which could harm her unborn child and ruin her chances at being released from jail. In the Tuesday, October 21st episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna revealed her sinister plan to break out of jail. She had initially planned for an inmate to beat her up, which is how she got released before. Could this harmful decision lead to a miscarriage? Toward the end of Tuesday's episode, Luna returned to her cell after she got severely talked down to by Steffi and Bill. They both reminded her that she would never see the light of day again. However, that's not stopping her from trying. Luna's cellmate joked about her sugar daddy coming to rescue her. Luna asked her inmate to beat her up again. "Just not in the stomach," she added. Her cellmate was ready to oblige. However, this prison beatdown could do more harm than good, even if Luna doesn't get hit in the stomach. Her body's already suffered through a lot, especially when she went on a murdering spree. B&B fans remember when Liam shot Luna in the stomach. It's a miracle that she ended up pregnant with Will's baby shortly after. Since she's willingly getting beaten up in prison, there's a chance that she could lose her baby. If so, then she could lose her chances of getting out of prison. If she's no longer carrying a baby, she will remain behind bars for much of her life. But arguably, Luna can serve time in prison, regardless of her situation. All prisons have a maternity ward and offer care for the mother's child. The problem is that Luna doesn't want to take accountability for her crimes and spend her life behind bars. She's created this theory in her head that she's meant to be with Will Spencer. She assumed that he would fall in love with her because she was carrying his child. However, Will has made it clear that he doesn't want anything to do with her, nor does he want anything to do with their child. Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Oct 27-31 Chilikit 2025. Tease Deacon Sharp getting flirty, and Steffi Forrester being very scared. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week to set up stuff for next week. On Wednesday, October 22nd, Deke Sharp prepares for day one as hope for the future's new designer at Forrester Creations. It's his dream job. Deke wants to know why it's so important to Remy Price that he not mention his name at work. Remy tells Deke, "Don't worry about me, this is about your future." They kiss, and he sends him off to work, but obviously it's going to come out. Sheila Carter, meanwhile, is begging Deacon not to give up on their marriage. Sheila is terrified of losing Deacon and has observed his growing friendship with Taylor Hayes. At first, Sheila thought Taylor could help them work out their marital difficulties, but now, Sheila may actually target Taylor if she thinks she's getting too close to Deacon. B&B confirmed what I've been saying since Bill Spencer got Luna Nozawa out of prison last time after she was beaten when he got her the pardon. Yes, it was all a setup. She got her cellmate to stomp on her to get some bruises, sympathy, and a get-out-of-jail-free card. This week, it looks like it may be working again because a prison doctor checks Luna out. She's looking rough with lots of bruises. She told her cellmate, "Just don't hit my stomach." This week, Will Spencer also shows up to visit Luna. She's had so many visits. He tells her that he knows what she's trying to do. Will is aggravated as Luna says that every day she's in there, their child is in danger. He doesn't want to have a baby with Luna on Bold and the Beautiful. I don't think Will necessarily cares about that, but maybe he doesn't want to seem heartless. On Thursday, October 23rd, Taylor gives Deacon some guidance about his marriage to Sheila during one of their shrink sessions. Taylor tells Deacon that he needs to listen to his heart and that it hasn't failed him yet. Deacon tells Taylor he doesn't know what he'd do without her. I do think Deacon's heart has failed him. His heart led him to be with Sheila and her 9 toes, and then her 8 toes. Maybe that's a failure of his head over his heart. I don't think Deacon can actually trust his gut given who he fell in love with and married. The Will and Luna situation has Electra Forrester realizing something important. With Luna pregnant with Will's son, Electra has to see that they'll never truly have Luna out of their lives. Even if Katie Logan and Bill take the baby and Luna remains in prison, it doesn't change the fact that Will has a child with Luna. Electra may also realize Luna can still affect Will from prison. I think Electra is about to see that this is going to be a rough, long road with Will because of Luna, and she's going to have to decide how much she loves him. Friday, October 24th, we're wrapping up this week with Liam Spencer talking to Katie. She comes over to Spencer Publications, We haven't seen this set in a while, so look for differences in it because this is the new Spencer Publications set at the new studio. I'm curious to see what's changed. They're talking in Bill's office, and Liam admits to Katie that yes, he wants a life with Hope, Logan, and Beth. That's what Katie's asking him, and Liam agrees. Meanwhile, Deacon and Brooke Logan are talking to Hope, and Deacon is urging his daughter to open up her heart to Liam. Deacon says, "Don't let Liam get away again." But Hope has to tell her parents that she doesn't know what the future holds for her and Liam. By the way, actor Scott Clifton said in an interview on the red carpet for the Emmys that yes, indeed, Hope and Liam are on the path back to reconciliation. Bill tries to convince Katie, Will, and Liam that Luna staged the beating on purpose. Maybe Bill's realized that this could have been a fake-out the last time. They discuss that Bill feels annoyed because he knows Luna fooled him. This may be the point where he looks at those injuries and goes, "These look just like the last ones." The week of October 27th through the 31st, Thursday and Friday, the 30th and 31st, mark the first 2 days of November sweeps, so things will start to pick up. Steffi and Finn are determined to make sure Luna stays in prison, but they may have a fight on their hands with Katie and Bill because of the pregnancy and Luna's alleged attack behind bars. The bottom line is Steffi is scared, legit scared, that Luna could get loose and come after her again. Deke's job at Forrester Creations could also be at risk once it comes out that he's living with and dating Remy. I don't think the Forresters are going to appreciate it, and Deke may be shocked to find out what Remy did to Elektra. We'll see if he defends him. It's kind of funny that Deke is involved with a villain, and his dad, Deacon, is also involved with a villain, and those two villains, Sheila and Remy, are friends. Katie may tell Bill that they need to protect Luna until the baby is born, which could mean bringing her home on house arrest. Liam and Hope may have a date soon. Deacon and Taylor's bond is growing. Deacon is seeing Taylor in a new light, and as a result, Sheila is fuming. But Official Bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thanksgiving say that Deacon and Sheila are together breaking bread. So Brad Bell may be wasting our time with this. Steffi's back to work at Forrester Creations soon, where she meets Deke, the new hope for the future designer, and learns that Hope and Carter Walton's engagement is off. We'll see if Luna stages another beating if the Spencers hesitate on getting her out. By the way, Scott Clifton said in a separate red carpet interview that Brad Bell was going to kill off Liam. He said Bell told him a year ago the character had a good run, but would be written off. Then they pivoted and made it fake. I'm not surprised. Brad Bell's writing is notoriously inconsistent. Like how Luna was originally portrayed as good, then retroactively made a villain through retcons that still don't make sense based on what aired. It's frustrating that there seems to be no long-term vision or continuity in that writer's room. Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. So it turns out that little psycho Luna knew exactly what she was doing the last time she was behind bars and got Dollar Bill to spring her. She had her cellmate purposely beat her so Bill would see authentic bruises and take pity on her. Does she really think it will work this time? Apparently, yes, since she had the same cellmate do it again. But Bill seems really adamant this time that she is going to stay behind bars for good. He promised Will and Katie just that. Then again, Luna is pregnant this time, and somebody might fear for the baby, even if they don't fear for Luna. Could Luna's plan work, or could it backfire on her? Maybe Bill will just arrange for her to be in solitary confinement for the rest of her pregnancy, because that will also take care of the alleged problems she has with her fellow inmates. We bet Luna didn't even think of that. If Luna does manage to snow Bill, Will, or Katie, we give up. The character jumped the proverbial shark months ago, and everything we see her do is way too over the top. Emmy winner. Lisa Yamada still gives it her all with every performance, but Luna either needs a true reckoning or a character rest and reset. Pronto. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full B&B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not... Seriously, Do not! Forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. Sheila's desperate bid to save her marriage collides with Deke's growing unease about Remy's secrets, setting up another tense day in Los Angeles. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Wednesday, October 22nd, include Sheila pleading with Deacon not to shut her out. Meanwhile, Deke wonders why Remy doesn't want his name mentioned to the Forresters. Sheila learned the truth that Lee kept Luna alive while letting everyone believe she hadn't made it through the surgery. Lee knew Sheila knew, and Luna knew Sheila knew. However, the person who didn't know that Sheila knew was Deacon, Sheila's beloved husband. Deacon married Sheila despite her past because he believed she was a changed woman. However, Sheila keeping a significant secret like this while sneaking around shook Deacon's trust in her. Deacon reached out to Taylor for counseling about the situation. At first, Taylor encouraged Deacon to find somewhere else for therapy, but ultimately, she agreed to see him. Deacon's been pouring his heart out to Taylor about the whole situation. Remy actually helped Luna learn how to shoot ahead of her attempted shooting of Steffi. Now he's resurfaced with Deke as a boyfriend. Deke is ready to go to work. At Forrester, he snuck his portfolio among all the professionals. Deke also gave his sister Hope some good advice about her line, Hope for the future. Poppy might want a piece of the Spencer pie now that she knows about Luna's baby news. During the Friday, October 17th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Poppy learned that Luna was still alive. Then, she found out that her daughter is pregnant with Will Spencer's baby. Though she doesn't give a flying crap about Luna, she might still insert herself in the custody battle. Poppy confirmed Lee's suspicions during Friday's episode. Finn informed her that their daughter was still alive. But that's not all. She's also pregnant with Will's baby after she got him drunk and took advantage of him. Poppy's eyes lit up over the news that Luna could be carrying a Spencer heir. Why is this a big deal? Well, she was once involved with the Spencer family. She had an intimate relationship with Bill, which led to speculation that he might be Luna's father. The two dated again, but their relationship didn't last for long. Luna framed Poppy for the murders of Tom Starr and Hollis. Lee was right. Poppy was a gold digger who was trying to climb up the ranks, and her daughter achieved that in little time. Poppy made it clear that she doesn't care about her daughter. She wished that she were either in jail or 6 feet under. However, she'll still want a piece of the Spencer pie. That means she has finally established connections to wealth, power, and all that comes with it. Ultimately, her life would improve. During the Monday, October 20th episode of B&B, Poppy visited her daughter in prison. She boldly exclaimed that she deserved to stay there all her days. Then, she shared some interesting tidbits. Poppy warned Luna that Will could fight for custody of their child. She also applauded her daughter for locking down a rich guy, which suggests that Poppy could insert herself in Bill and Katie's custody battle. Will has no interest in caring for Luna's child. He wants to focus on his relationship with Elektra. They're fighting to stay together. But Bill and Katie want to get full custody of Will's child, so it ends up with sane parents. They could easily claim that Luna is too insane and dangerous to care for her child. However, Poppy could try to seek custody and support from Will and the Spencer family. She will want to insert herself, just so she can get her hands on that sweet money. Not because she cares about Luna or her unborn child. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that we've got a November sweeps preview to pass along. So let's talk about some toxic energy removal, love life shakeups, and past hauntings. For starters, Bill Spencer will apparently need some help cleansing his mansion of Luna Nozawa's toxic energy. Former Big Brother winner Rachel Riley will reprise her familiar character, who's also named Rachel and was last seen in 2014. Rachel is still a bikini bar server, but she has this side hustle where she gets rid of bad vibes and evil spirits in people's homes. Bill, Katie Logan, and Liam Spencer will all share scenes with Rachel, so that'll be part of the fun happening this November. Of course, November sweeps might also be a great time for Luna to plot a prison escape or get out due to some legal loophole, so that's something to keep in mind. That said, all signs point to Steffi Forrester Finnegan, John Finn Finnegan, Taylor Hayes and the kids having a wonderful Thanksgiving, though there'll be a surprise B&B guest who could shake things up. Thanksgiving will also bring a celebration for Sheila Sharp and Deacon Sharp at Il Giardino. Does that mean Sheila will convince Deacon to stick with their marriage, or could this be the calm before an even worse storm? Regardless, Taylor and Deacon definitely appear to have a spark, so there could be problems now that Sheila's on edge about their connection. Even if Deacon agrees to try fixing his relationship with Sheila, Taylor could be an issue moving forward. Nevertheless, a Turkey Day party will happen in the meantime, since Deacon will invite Daphne Rose and Carter Walton to join his meal with Sheila at the restaurant. Carter may still be a little down in the dumps over losing Hope Logan, but he'll appreciate Deacon's invitation and the support he's found with Daphne. Although Daphne and Carter seem to be headed for a new love story of their own, someone from her history will show up and could potentially get in the way. Remy Price's past will also lead to drama, since Deke Sharp will find out what his boyfriend did to Electra Forrester. Deke will flip out over Remy stalking Electra, creating nude deepfake content and chasing her down before ultimately getting arrested. Electra and Deke's friendship will definitely make waves for his romance, so Remy may end up heartbroken, at least for a while. Liam and Hope, on the other hand, will continue down their path to a romantic reunion. Wedding plans should be coming up soon, along with more fashion show prep for Hope, so she'll have a lot to look forward to. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say some stunning news, and exciting story developments are ahead. So stick with us for more November Sweeps preview news.